Hi, this is Mario Andretti, and this is Speed City.
Welcome back to the fastest hour in radio, Speed City.
All right, Gearheads, we are very excited to have our next guest because we're excited about the WEC coming back to Circuit of the Americas next year, and the tickets just went on sale this week, and we have the advisor to the World Endurance Championship, Andrew Craig, with us. Andrew, welcome back to Speed City.
Hey, thanks. It's great to be back here and great to be with you.
Well, we're excited to have you, like I said, because we got sports cars coming back to Dakota. Awesome here in Austin.
Yeah, actually, it's more than just sports cars. It's an awful lot of sports cars. These are the cars under the new regulations for WEC, which started this year. But next year, we have 3 new arrivals to the series. And just to run through it, I have to take a deep breath for this. You're going to have Ferrari, Porsche, Cadillac, Peugeot, Toyota, BMW, Alpine, and Lamborghini, plus the private teams, Glickenhaus and Van Wall, and maybe others, but all racing together. So this is a real sort of gathering of the clans, if you like. I mean, I don't think there's another series in the world that has a world championship that has that many teams.
I think you're absolutely right. And I think it's an exciting time for World Sports Cars and WEC, World Endurance Championship. I don't think there's ever been a stronger both manufacturer and driver lineup in over the years. I mean, you know, we've had that sort of Toyota dominance, the Audi dominance, and now it's not as easy to pinpoint. So it's exciting times for you guys.
Yeah, it is. And of course, the other big change is that GTE is being replaced with GT3, LMGT3. And that is going to bring other manufacturers into the series. And I'm not absolutely aware of exactly who's coming right now, but many of the names I've just read will also be involved. One name I can give is that Ford will come back with their with a new car running in GT3. So that's a really good addition. So it's going to be a really great series going forward.
Yeah, having the Ford Mustang back, that's a really exciting.
Yeah, that's a real crowd pleaser. We're delighted to see them come back, and I'm sure they're going to be successful.
Yeah, and you know they've got that a version of that car. They're going to put and make it a street legal car. Well, I was stunned when I saw that headline.
Well, talking of that, actually, one of our 2 support series is going to be the Ford Mustang Challenge, and that is for the Mustang Dark Horse R, the racing version of the Mustang Dark Horse. And this is a new series. It starts next year. It's an IMSA sanctioned product. And I think it's going to be a huge success. And actually, in terms of cost effectiveness, the car costs about $145,000, I believe. Obviously, it's some running costs on top of that, which is significant. But nonetheless, it's going to provide top quality racing at a relatively low price. I think Ford are very, very committed to this. It looks like it could be a big success. We're delighted to have it as a part of our support, this championship, or the Ford Mustang Challenge, as part of the support series for the WEC event at Austin.
You know, that in itself is a great storyline. We had Jim Farley at Monterey last weekend, and you know, he reminded us that the Mustang is not a race. You know, it's never been sort of considered a race machine, which is a shame because it is high performance. But now they are not only stepping into Formula One, but they're stepping the Mustang up to proper world-class racing, and that's great news.
Very much so. So very, very much so. So they're going to be racing in GT3, but also bringing to Dakota the support series, the Mustang Challenge. We've also, by the way, we've got Lamborghini coming with us with the Super Trofeo event. That's a well-established series, of course, a real fan pleaser, great racing, well-established, big fields. So we're looking forward to having them as well. And there will be one more support series. We're working on that, not yet announced, but there will be another race as well. So we're going to provide a terrific weekend of racing for the fans on Memorial Day, September the 1st next year.
Brilliant.
Yep.
And
sorry, I misspoke there. I misspoke. Labor Day weekend, September the 1st.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah. My apologies.
Andrew, I hope you don't mind, but I don't know if I have to ask you or Mr. Fillon or whoever needs to sign off on this, but we'd like to borrow one of your drivers, please, to come and join us in the booth, and that is Mr. Ben Keating.
Ben's great. He's terrific. He really is. Boy, he loves racing, and he's a great interview as well. So I'll certainly take it on board and see what we can do.
Thanks,
Yeah,
sir.
we've had Ben, we've had Ben on the show many times. He is great, and man,
Yeah, he really is.
what a great driver he's turned into.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's just
incredible.
it's amazing, isn't it? You know, he's a car dealer by day and a really good race driver.
No question about it. And I think he's in Houston, correct?
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got
Yeah.
dealers all in the area, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
he lives just outside Houston.
Yeah, so he's some local talent, and boy, is he a talent. He really is.
Yeah, no doubt. And how do people buy tickets?
Well, tickets are on sale right now. You go to circuitoftheamericas.com. We have an early bird special, as you'd expect. We're 1 year away from the race. So we're offering tickets right now, 3-day pass at $59, which is a bargain. If you turn up on the day, that ticket's going to cost you $75. But one very, very important point, also on sale are the passes for the paddock and for the pit walk and for the autograph session. And these tickets are only limited in numbers. And the reason for this is because with so many manufacturers, we have a crowded paddock. And with so many manufacturers for an autograph session, we have a crowded pit lane. So we're going to put a cap on these. The way not to be disappointed is to buy them now. Tickets are priced at $40, which again is a very good price in our view. But they must be purchased, of course, with a 3-day pass. So I'd recommend any fans who wants to be in the paddock, who wants to be in the pit lane, buy your tickets now, because there will be a limit placed on these.
Right.
Hey, Andrew, I want to ask you about the hypercar versus the top class, the new hybrid class in IMSA, and how all that compares.
Well, they're somewhat different, but the end result is the same, because there's so if you like, a window of performance, which is based around a standard lap time at Le Mans based on 3 minutes 30, and all cars in the end were equalized. It's not quite the same as balance of performance because it's automatic. There's no judgment involved in this. It's all a computer-derived result. And the theory is that you land up with cars which, although they are slightly different, in the end, you land up with cars which are running to the same performance standards. Manufacturers really had two choices. They could either build it themselves, and in the case of Ferrari, they said, hey, we build cars, so we want to build our own car. Or you can take one of 4 manufactured chassis and build your car around that with a standard hybrid system. And that's what other manufacturers have chosen to do. But the end result is that all these cars are equally matched, and every car is capable of winning the race.
That's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you talk about Ferrari. How amazing is that for them to return to WEC? I mean, that's really one of the biggest stories of the last 12 months. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, no question. After 50 years of absence, they're back, and back with a vengeance, because of course they came back. They came, they saw, they conquered, and they came back and won Le Mans. It's a phenomenal success to win that race after a 50-year absence. It was a great occasion. I had the pleasure of being there, and it's a great win, particularly when they're taking on a company like Toyota. I mean, fabulous experience, incredibly good race cars, know exactly what they're doing. So to beat Toyota at Le Mans was a remarkable achievement. Having said that, Toyota remains very strong, of course. So they won a lot of races this year. They won our last race at Monza. And they're a formidable competitor. But I'm here to tell you, as other manufacturers become more experienced in racing in WEC, all these teams are potential winners. All of them are going to be competitive. And actually, if I can just say on that one, perhaps a proof point, Peugeot, frankly, have struggled a bit in the early races, but they came back and they were third at Monza about a month ago. So they're back. They've been hugely successful in the past, and I think you'll see that from the other manufacturers, that they're all getting up to speed, literally, and they all have the ability to win these races.
And Andrew, I think we've got a good year to sort of get our heads around who, what, when, runners and riders. So I just want to remind people that, you're back in action next weekend at Fuji, but also Motortrend TV and WEC, the official WEC app. If you want to tune in and start to understand the competition headed towards Labor Day next year.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And this, of course, is Toyota's home race. So you can be sure that they're going to try and win this one. But meanwhile, there are four other manufacturers who are equally anxious to win it. But you're right, it's Motor Trend TV and also the WC app. But you can find the race on both of those.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Cadillac too, because as you know, we do a lot of Formula One and Andretti and trying to team up with Cadillac to get into Formula One and people asking, what's Cadillac's racing history? Well, they're very involved in sports car racing and in WEC.
Yep, and they've been an important player for many years, actually, in the past and now more recently. This is certainly a team not to be discounted. They know what they're doing, and they're here to win, not to take part.
Yeah. Well, man, this is going to be so exciting. And you talk about those passes where you can get in the paddock, and this is such a great event to do that, because you can get right down, and they're like I mentioned Formula One. You can't even get, it's nothing like that. It's much more intimate, and being able to get down in with those cars. It's a really special event to come to at COTA.
It is. And one thing I should mention is there will be car corrals with so many manufacturers. You'd expect there to be car corrals. We're actually working that program out right now with the manufacturers. I think most of the manufacturers will offer a car corral experience to their customers. I think that's probably going to be a very special experience. It's more than a parking lot. I think there'll be opportunities to engage with people from the various manufacturers. We're working that program out right now. We will be launching that in the coming months. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, I should just mention that we have the Le Mans Spirit Club, which is an opportunity, I guess, to the next best thing to being in Paris for the weekend. The WEC is a French-run series, as I think most people know. It's the Le Mans Spirit Club offers a weekend of French hospitality. You'll be rubbing shoulders with team and sponsor guests, plus WEC and FIA officials and leadership. Again, there's limited capacity, but if you go to circusamerica.com right now, you can register. So when that comes on sale, your name will already be on the list. But that's a great experience. Overlooks the track, good food, good wine, good companies. It's a very enjoyable way to spend a race weekend.
That sounds like the perfect way to go to that weekend.
And are we racing into the evening as before, or is it too early to?
It's a 1 o'clock start. 1 o'clock start, 6-hour race that finishes at 7. And of course, being as it's Labor Day weekend, you don't have to rush away from the track, because there'll be entertainment, there'll be bands, there'll be display areas and so forth. So no one's having to rush back to work the next day. So it's a great opportunity to not only spend the day at the track, but also spend the evening after the race as well.
Brilliant.
Well, Andrew, Craig, thank you very much. We're really excited about WEC returning to COTA, and I'm sure that everyone will be excited like us. But thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. And I really look forward to being back in Austin. Everybody loves the track. What's not to love about it? It's best racetrack in America, without any question. And once again, tickets are available at circuitoftheamericas.com.
Fantastic, Andrew. We'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Thanks. Bye-bye.